Level with your players about the kind of game they're playing. This whole conversation about rule of cool versus rules as written has gotten really hot. And I think many of the creators that are weighing in on this topic are forgetting that the players should consent. That's the most important part of this whole process. Obviously, I am biased towards rules as written, and you're probably biased towards rule of cool, but do your players know that? My players know that. We talk about it in session 0, and your players should also know that, and it should have been talked about in session 0. If you fudge dice, fudge things behind the DM screen, cheat, lie to your players, whatever we want to call it, if you're doing that, they should know. If you're planning on stopping fights at cinematic moments where the numerics don't really matter that much, then you should tell your players that. And I don't mean you have to tell them every time it happens. That becomes meticulous and it pulls them out of the immersion. But at session 0 and periodically, it should be discussed. That way, none of your players are frustrated when they find out that the 185 damage they did 2 rounds ago didn't matter because you were waiting for the cinematic moment, not the mathematical one. The reason that this matters is your players should be playing the same game as you. If you're looking to play a fun story that doesn't follow the rules of the game, fantastic, but make sure your players know. If you're planning on following the rules to a T to the best of your ability and your players want vibes, then they need to know. And it may be something that your table's not super cohesive, or you may have to tell somebody, hey, I need you to back off the rules, or hey, we need to follow the rules. Those kinds of discussions over the table aren't a sign of weakness, they're a sign of strength because you can communicate with your players. They're adults for the most part. If you're playing with kids, it's a completely different story. But as adults, we can talk, and we should be able to agree on the kind of game we're playing.